everybody, so I just got back from vacation. We went to Vegas and I gotta say the Sephora that's right by Paris is amazing. They have so many products that I can't get at the Sephora in my town or even the Sephora an hour away from me. They just have so many more brands. That being said, you already know I had to pick up a ton of products while we were there. So if you'd like to see the products I got and how they wear, stay exactly where you are because we're getting into it right now. You guys, this was my second time to Vegas and I had so much fun yet again, just like I did the first time. If you're not following me on Facebook and Instagram, you haven't seen the photos and the videos that I got while I was there. I didn't necessarily vlog the whole thing, but I think I will next time, or maybe when we go to Disney in November, I will. There's just not much to vlog when you're at a casino every day, you know? Like, what am I gonna vlog? Gambling? Although I do have some slot jackpots on my other YouTube channel. I'll leave that linked in the description if you want to see some of the big wins Mark and I have had at the casino. Anyway, I found so many products while I was there. I also went ahead and grabbed the boxes that I hadn't opened before I left on the trip because I intended to go live while I was on the trip. Mark ended up getting sick like 3 days before we left, and then I ended up getting sick like the last day we were there. So it wasn't a great time towards the end of the trip. We still gambled some, definitely, but I definitely was not in the right mindset to go live. So I do have some items that I had already, but most of this stuff is new. So I do have some items that I did have already, but most of this is new and from Sephora. I managed to find the Beauty Blender Play Beauty Blender. This is the color changing one that I thought I got the last time in this video, and I was so disappointed that that wasn't the color changing beauty blender, but now we have it. I also picked up the Danessa Myricks Blurring Skin Balm for face and eyes. I got the shade Universal so I could use it for all of its intended purposes, or more than one of its intended purposes. Apparently this can be like a primer and a setting powder and a contour and a highlighter, multi-use, which I like products like that. And I guess I just got really face tint happy while I was gone. I don't know why I grabbed so many of these, but I got the Too Faced Born This Way Healthy Glow SPF 30 Moisturizing Skin Tint, the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude True to Skin Natural Glow Foundation. Oh, that's a foundation, not a skin tint. Okay, I might be able to use that one today. And the Hourglass Veil Hydrating Skin Tint. So I got 3 complexion products. I guess I just really wanted to try them. Although I will say, a lot of brands are releasing skin tints right now. I went back to the Sephora there the day before we left and found yet another skin tint product. It was like a Fenty Beauty stick or something. I want to try that one too, but I thought I already had 3 complexion products that I hadn't tried yet, so I really didn't need to get another one. We are going to save these 2 skin tints for their own videos so that I can review them by themselves, since we have so many products to use today. I also finally grabbed the Urban Decay Stay Naked Quickie. I've been wanting to try this just because I love the Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer, and if this is anything like that, it's going to be good. The coverage is going to be there, and I like that it has its own little brush with it. I'm not going to use that because I hate using the tools that come with products like this. Guess that was kind of a waste because that's sort of the point of this product. I could have just gotten the Stay Naked Concealer again, but I just want to try this. I want to see what it's like. I've heard good things. By the way, they are not gentle at all at the airport with your bags. I mean, look at these boxes. They got destroyed and they were in my suitcase wrapped in clothing. They should have been just fine. They were not. And I grabbed a Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Matte Blush Wand. I've tried one of the highlight wands. I've got one of those. I think it's like Starlight, something like that. I don't remember. But I've not tried the blush wand, so I'm excited for that. I also picked up the Makeup Forever HD Skin Smooth and Blur Concealer. These Sephora Sweet and Subtle Lashes. These took forever to find because they didn't have any stocked on the like little section where all the Sephora lashes are. So Mark and I started digging in the drawers underneath where everything is stocked, and eventually we found one pair. I just didn't want something super dramatic. I wanted something light and fluffy. Again, the intention was to wear it in Vegas, and all of the makeup I wore throughout Vegas was very, very light coverage. I also added freckles every day I was there. I don't know why. I guess it was just that light coverage. I wanted it to look like skin kind of effect, and I really liked the freckles. I had tried them once before and, you know, kind of enjoyed it, but being on vacation, it was like, I can be anybody I want to be. I can make my face look however I want, and nobody's gonna know what's normal or not. I love going other places and doing that. It's so fun. It's freeing. I'd also forgotten lash glue though, so I got this little kit with the lash glue, the applicator handle, I don't know, whatever you want to call this, and the lashes. Grabbed the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Liquid Eyeliner, and I haven't really tried a whole lot of Rare Beauty, so I'm excited to try that as well. Got the Fenty Beauty Poutsicle Hydrating Lip Stain. I love me a good lip stain. I especially love strawberry shades, and I stopped myself from picking a mauve shade because I have like 4 or 5 mauve lip tints, as you could tell from the declutter video. So I decided to go out of my norm and get something that wasn't mauve. Super excited about this one. This is the Super Goop Resetting Spray. It's an SPF setting spray, SPF 40. Actually, it says it's a refreshing mist, but I love anything with SPF in it. I'm all about keeping this face protected from the sun. The longer I can avoid sunspots, the better. And the last new thing I got, I spent some of my points on their Charlotte Tilbury award-winning beauty icons. It's got the Magic Cream, Magic Serum, and a Pillow Talk lipstick. Now these last couple of products are products that I had already that were unopened that I brought with me and that I intended to use, but I didn't, so maybe I will today. They're all 3 from Winky Lux. We've got a Winky Lux lip liner in the shade Dirty Love, gonna be perfect with a nude eye, and a lip velour matte lipstick in the shade Dirty Love, as well as the Pink Lemonade Ombre Blush. This is such an awesome blush because you can choose to make it more pink if you want, or you can mix both of the shades and get that more neutral pink, or just go with the brown and get a completely neutral blush. And for a little sneak peek, we also just got the brand new Blend Bunny Cosmetics Forget Me Not Eye and Face Palette. And just look at this perfection. You see how the red lip's gonna go with that now? She also sent over the brushes with this palette, and I cannot wait to jump into that. But for that, you'll have to stay tuned for the next video. And without further ado, let's put some stuff on my face. I just love a good haul video. I love all the new things and trying the new things. I just opened the box with the Charlotte Tilbury sample products in it, and this lipstick is the smallest no, not the smallest lipstick I've ever seen, because this is actually the smallest lipstick I've ever seen. But this is very close in size. That is a teeny tiny Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick. It's kind of perfect for travel though. Now I've already finished my skincare completely. I've got SPF on, so I'm not gonna use the serum today, but I am gonna use the Magic Cream. If you've never used this before, next time you go to Sephora, ask them for a sample of it. You won't regret it. It helps smooth out fine lines. It plumps the skin up a little bit. It gives you this really soft, ethereal glow. It's a very Charlotte Tilbury kind of product. That might have actually been a little bit much, but you know what? It's okay. We're just gonna blend it in and enjoy. Oh, plus it smells so good. Like oranges maybe? And just look at my glow. Oh, that's stunning. Pro tip though, don't immediately go in with your makeup after the Magic Cream or even the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base. Give it a second to soak into the skin, because I promise if you go in with foundation immediately afterward, you're gonna have a little bit of slippage and you're gonna see brush strokes or sponge prints. It's not a cute look, just wait. Okay, feels like that's soaked in pretty well at this point. And now we get to try the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder. Not gonna lie, the concept of this stuff kind of blows my mind. The fact that it can be used for so many purposes is what blows my mind. That is so satisfying. I don't even want to break it. But how does it feel? Oh wow, it's super soft. Feels like a makeup removing balm. And it's turning into like a shiny gel liquid. I guess I'm gonna try to use it like a primer first, and then probably to set makeup. It says it's oil controlling, which I've got kind of dry skin, so I don't know how that's gonna work for me. Hopefully it won't destroy the base, so the foundation is gonna sit on top nicely. I guess we won't really know if it's the foundation that messes things up or the blurring balm powder. For some reason I thought that was gonna be immediately mattifying. It's not at all. Now that could just be because my face is super hydrated at this point. I mean, it needs to be since I am more dry. Oh, I can see that it's smoothing though. It's just not really taking away the shine like I thought it would. I just wish I could see pores being filled, because I don't see that happening. I guess it does come with a little scooper, so let's just scoop some out. This is probably way more than enough. Okay, maybe now we can see pore blurring properties. Oh, this just feels oily. Like my face right now is super slick. And my face isn't nearly as shiny looking as it was before I used that. It also says that you can use it on your eyes to prime your eyes. I don't know if they mean like as an eyeshadow primer or if it's the primer for your eyeshadow primer. Let's put a little bit on the lids and see what happens. Oh, it's such an odd feeling. I mean, it feels like I'm using an oil of some kind. And I don't normally put oils details on my eyes. We're gonna call my face primed, even though I really want to go in with a pore filling primer. But maybe since that's clear, I just can't see that it's filling my pores and it still looks like normal. Maybe once I put foundation on top of it, all of my pores will disappear. Speaking of foundation, now let's try out the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude True to Skin Natural Glow Foundation. This one's the shade 4.5. And to put it on, I got the Play Beauty Blender. This is the color changing beauty blender, and I'm so excited to watch it change colors. For now, it's green. I swear, Beauty Blender, if you don't change colors, I'm gonna have a BF. I'm gonna write a letter. I see nothing so far. Let me go wet it at the sink. It turns out it changes colors with heat, not with just being wet. So once I turned the hot water on, it turned to this cute baby blue color, but I can already see it changing back to that green. Wow, it's so cool. It's everything I thought it would be, and I'm so glad it is. That's so fun. Now, I didn't do any shade matching in store because ain't nobody got time for that. So let's see how off this foundation shade is. I'm so used to buying light, medium, neutral. That's my winter shade, and I'm so used to it. That's what I always get. But now I'm more like a medium neutral instead. So every time I use one of these light, medium neutrals, it ends up looking just like pale yellow on me. Hopefully that is not the case today. You know what? I think that is almost perfect. Gonna go down the center of the face first and blend outward. Wow, I can see the glow they're talking about for sure. It's leaving a nice sheen to the skin, got some radiance. This shade is definitely too light for me though. And I'm trying to build very slowly so we can see if it is a buildable formula. It might just be the level of coverage they claim, but I wanna see if I can make it sort of a light wash of color and then build it from there. I am getting some separation on the nose, but it may even just be the brush since I haven't gone with the sponge to blend everything out yet. I'm just hoping that's not the Danessa Myricks balm powder causing that separation. It seems like the coverage is actually a really nice medium coverage. I've still got a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow poking through, but it is sort of masking everything and just giving me a nice even layer of coverage. Aside from on my nose, this looks gorgeous. Just that separation that's happening is not so cute, but I'm hoping now with the sponge blend, it will melt it in and even out that texture that's showing up. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Okay, now that looks really good on my nose. Just those brush strokes really didn't want to disappear. And it does look like my pores are filled, so I guess that powder balm does have some pore filling properties. You just can't really tell until you put some foundation on because it's so clear. Okay, I'm super pale but not super yellow, so I'll take it. I feel like lately every time I finish my foundation, I'm just yellow and I have to make it work with my bronzer and contour. Since we have the Makeup Forever concealer, I'm gonna use this one for the under eyes and this one for extra coverage. Just because I want to try both of them. For a little bit of extra coverage on the areas where I have some slight breakouts, I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Quickie Multi-Use Concealer. I grabbed the shade 40NN. Again, that's light, medium, neutral, so hopefully it's correct. This component is just so fun. She real thick, but she has a little brush on the other end of it to blend it out. Now, as long as this isn't darker than my foundation, we should be okay. It looks like I've got concealer measles. Now the real question is, will this blend with the Armani foundation? Well, I don't see any left over. That blends in really nicely. There is for sure a little bit more coverage in those areas now, but it's not like a thick or cakey coverage. It's just a little bit more pigment is in the Urban Decay concealer, I think. So it's helping neutralize the redness in the breakouts a little bit easier than the Armani foundation could. Okay, now I really want to use it as a concealer, but I'm not, because we're gonna be using the Makeup Forever HD Skin Smooth and Blur Undetectable Concealer. For this one, I got the shade 2.2 in. Now we're gonna conceal and highlight, hopefully, using the Makeup Forever HD Skin Smooth and Blur Concealer. Oh, but wait, that looks darker than my foundation. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna be highlighting with this. And it's so yellow, or like kind of orangey yellow. Well, the only benefit I would say to having a shade that's way too yellowy orange is at least it's gonna help cancel out my under eye darkness, since that darkness is blue and purple, and orange and yellow are the opposites of blue and purple. But I can't use this to highlight with, there is no way. So I probably am gonna take a little bit more of the quickie stick and use that to highlight, because I think it is a little bit lighter than the Armani foundation. It's really luminous. I don't know if you can see the reflection that's coming off of the concealer, and it may even be just because it's still wet, but it looks like the formula itself is luminous. Oh, that color is so off though. I have got orange under eyes. Yummy. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. This one is gonna have to be exchanged for another shade. I cannot deal with that. So we're gonna go right back in with the quickie concealer. Get a little bit of that under the eyes as well as the forehead, down the nose, and on the chin. That does not smell good at all. Wow. The coverage on this concealer is so good. And I'd say we're probably talking medium to full. Now please just cover up the orange. Okay, you know what? I really like that quickie concealer. That looks so good. It's so smooth. Granted, that may be a mixture of the Makeup Forever smoothing formula with the coverage of the quickie concealer. So maybe it's just the combo of those looks amazing. But whichever one did it, my under eyes look super smooth. I do have a little bit of product creasing in my eye. I don't know if that's my SPF from this morning or if that's that Danessa Myricks powder balm, but it did very easily blend out with the sponge, so I'm really not too worried about it. Wow, my eyelid even looks smooth. The more products I add on top of it, the more I'm really liking the Danessa Myricks balm. Since I don't have a new cream bronzer, I'm gonna use my Winky Lux bronzing stick off camera, and I'll be right back so we can try out the blush. The bronzer is now applied, and I've gotta say, with the concealer under my eyes and apparently on my eyelids, this is not a concealer that you can get away with not setting. My under eyes look so bad right now. They're definitely creasy. I will say they're not like that dry creasy where it just looks like your under eye skin is extra plumped and the creases are like a mile thick, but it is creasing a little bit, and this isn't something I'd be able to not set. That's okay though, because it will be set soon enough, and then I'll actually be able to tell if it looks good or not. For blush, I picked up the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Blush Wand in the shade Pillow Talk. When I was looking at the shade in the store on the little pictures of the models, it looked so beautiful. I ended up even spending an extra 10 minutes trying to find it in the drawers down below because there weren't any more up top, just like with the lashes. So I had to hunt and find this one. So I hope it's really good. I hope it actually looks like the picture did. There we go. Now we're getting some. Ooh. I don't really know how much to use. I'm not very familiar with how pigmented this blush is gonna be, but honestly, the color is so freaking beautiful that I don't really care. I feel like I'm playing bingo on my face. Oh yes. She is stunning. That's like that natural rosy, I just came in from the cold kind of flush. I love this color. Wow. I know I don't need it, but I'm totally adding more to the cheeks. There's enough on the forehead and the nose and the chin, but I want just a little bit more color up there. I'll admit I'm super terrified to try this, but I'm going to attempt to set my face, not my under eyes, but the rest of my face with the Danessa Myricks balm. It says that if you use a dense brush, you should be able to set your foundation, so we're gonna give it a shot. I'm just so scared. This does not seem like something that you should be setting your makeup with. I'm using just a really dense, fluffy brush, and moment of truth. Oh, I don't want to do it. Oh, it feels wet and cold, and it's putting a sheen over everything because I'm putting a balm on top of my foundation. And now it's adding texture because it's breaking up the foundation a little bit. So I'm gonna try and quickly get this applied and then go right back over it with a sponge. Maybe I can save it. No! So it looks like that has picked up some of the foundation that I had on the skin, and it's left little patches. I mean, I will say where the foundation is, it looks good. It's kind of shiny, but it's leaving sort of a glow to the skin. But where it's not working and it's just picking up the foundation, it doesn't look cute. I don't know what I'm gonna do to try and fix this. Okay, I've got a little bit more foundation on the sponge. I'm so worried about all of this balm being on the skin still, but I'm gonna try to apply a little bit more and just get those places covered where it picked up all the foundation. Okay, that's actually not looking bad. Well, I will definitely not be trying that again. I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera, set my face with powder, and we'll go ahead and try everything else. Now for powder blush, let's add the Winky Lux Pink Lemonade Ombre Blush. I'm just gonna kind of take a little bit from both sides, the pink and the more neutral side. She's just as cute as ever. Man, I'm so disappointed. I feel like that Danessa Myricks balm has really messed up my complexion. It was looking so good before that, but now I have some that's broken up on my nose after I set it with powder. Got a few little patches missing. It's very disappointing. Now everything we've got left is eyes, cheeks and lips. Oh, and some setting spray. But I'm not gonna use this till I finish the face off with powder, bronzer, contour, etc, etc. But before I go off camera again to finish off everything else, let's use the Fenty Beauty Popsicle Lip Stain. I am so excited for this, and I really hope it turns my lips strawberry sangria. Oh yes, I knew I was gonna love this color, and I do. It is super, super wet, but honestly, I kind of expected that with it being a stain. You could probably even use it as a gloss if you put it over an existing product. My God, that is so red. I just really hope it actually stains this color and isn't like some muted version of this color, because I really like this color exactly. Despite the formula being super, super wet, like water wet, the applicator this comes with gives you so much control that you can make a clean line all the way around, which I'm really surprised about because it has some of those little fiber pieces that come off of it because it's kind of like a spongy tip. But even with that, surprisingly, you still have a lot of control. I just cannot get over the color. I'm gonna let this stain work its magic. In the meantime, I'm gonna get my eyeshadow done, and then we'll come back and use the remaining products. The eyeshadow is done, and it is so beautiful. Let's remove this lip stain and see how stained my lips really are. I did eat between the last video clip and now, so there were some chicken strips that sort of devoured what I had on my lips, so I reapplied one time just so I didn't lose the intensity. Wow. Well, my lips are definitely stained. They are very, very red still. Not nearly as red as they were a second ago, but still stained red. You know, my favorite way to stain my lips is actually getting a nude stain that's like the exact same color as your lips, overlining with it, and then whenever you wipe the stain off, it just looks like your natural lips are bigger than what they were. Love doing that so much. That's why I like the mauve ones, because it kind of gives that effect, but it cools the lips down a little bit, and I really like having a cool lip. That sounds funny. Now let's add some eyeliner. For that, we're using the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Black Eyeliner. We do have a shaker inside, and I don't remember if this is brush tip or felt tip. She's a brush. Oh, thank goodness she's a brush. Love me a brush tip liner. Let's make a wing. I'm gonna try to make this a small wing. Try. Oh my gosh, that is so sharp. And this is exactly why I love a brush tip liner. Wow, I could cut someone with that thing. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. For lashes, we've got the Sephora weightless lashes. These are the style Sweet and Subtle, and I got a glue, some tweezers, and the lashes in this little kit. Let's go ahead and get some curl going first. So let's go ahead and get some glue on this band. Okay, and while that is setting, throw on a little bit of mascara. And while the mascara is tacky, the glue should be about tacky at this point. Now I'm just gonna press it into that outer corner first. Okay, got that stuck down. Now the inner corner, and got that one stuck down. Now just taking my tweezers, I'm gonna press my lashes into these lashes, make sure they melt together perfectly. And aside from the fact that I've got a little bit of a line between my lash and the lash band because I forgot to tight line, we have lash perfection. And they're so full and fluffy, but they're still natural looking. I love that. That's my favorite kind of lash. Unless I'm going for something extra dramatic, and then I want an extra dramatic lash. Before we finish off the lips, because I am for sure gonna add another lip color, since I know the lip stain works, now I wanna try something else. But we need to set the face. To set the face, I'm gonna use the Supergoop Resetting Refreshing Mist with SPF 40. Oh, it's got a super fine nozzle. It's weird though, I can't really feel it going on except for on the outsides of the nozzle. It feels like my face isn't set. It's a very interesting fragrance too. It's slightly SPF-y, like I can smell that it has SPF in it, but there's something else, like cinnamon maybe? Or yeah, I think it's cinnamon. But like I said, the only thing is I don't really feel set, so I'm gonna go in with another setting spray just to make sure it's set, because I used a lot of powder on my face. Oh, now that I can feel. Okay, if I wasn't set before, I'm definitely set now. I can feel that it's set at this point. Now let's finish off the entire look with the Winky Lux Lip Pencil and Lip Velour Matte Lipstick. I do remember trying the Dirty Love Lip Liner, but I really don't remember trying the Dirty Love Lipstick. I'm pretty sure I don't have the Dirty Love Lipstick. Either way though, they should be a really good match. Ah, my lips are so red. I could easily just put like a pink gloss on or a pink lip oil, and this would be an amazing lip. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. I want candy or chocolate, a Kit Kat. Yeah, that's what I want. She's a little more vampy than Strawberry Sangria was, but still stunning. That's like literal fire on my lips, and I love it. Talk about a statement lip. Okay, I want to add one more product. This is completely not new to me at all. It's the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Lip Oil. It's in the shade Squeeze, but I think this bright orange would look so pretty on top of this dark vampy orange. And my lips have been really, really dry lately, so I need oil. And just because I don't want to use a lip brush, I'm just going to use the flat brush that I've got out already. Oh yes, that is definitely much more cute. See, it was a lot cuter. Now it's perfect. The only thing that's not perfect are these mismatched wings. You know what? We're done. We are done with this look. That being said, what do you guys think of the finished look using the products I got from Sephora in Vegas? Oh, sorry, among a couple of other things. The Winky Lux stuff, of course, I already had. So I've got a few thoughts, a few opinions. The Giorgio Armani Neo Nude, I actually really liked this upon initial application. I feel like the texture and the finish kind of got lost in the end because I built up so many products on top of it. But on the outer sections of my face where I didn't cover it with concealer, my skin looks beautiful. The finish is stunning. It has a little bit of a glow to it, but it's very skin-like. It's not like a greasy glow. It looks expensive. With the Makeup Forever concealer, I can't really tell if I like this or not. My under eyes did look super smooth, but they were so discolored that I just couldn't deal with it for any longer. So I'm gonna have to exchange this and definitely try another shade because I think I like the formula. I just don't know for sure yet. The same thing sort of applies to the Urban Decay Quickie Concealer. I know for sure I do not like this if it's stacked up with another concealer. By the time I finished blending out both of those concealers with the amount that I did apply, my under eyes were looking a little cakey, a little bit thick. Right now, they look a little bit cakey in my opinion. So I think that this is something that should be used very sparingly, like a less is more product, because the coverage is so good that I really don't think it takes that much to cover what you need to cover. So the next time I try this, I will probably be trying it just by itself without any other product underneath, and I think it'll be a really great product. Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, I know it, I love it. That was really just a chance to get it with points, so I did. Same thing with the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Blush Wand. The color is amazing. It is that perfect natural flush. I'm actually really excited to do a look where I just use this as the color on the lids and the cheeks, and then go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick to finish off the entire look. I think that's gonna be a gorgeous monochromatic look, and I can't wait to do it. These Sephora Weightless Sweet and Subtle lashes are super cute. They're not super dramatic, but they're dramatic enough that they help add volume and length to my own lashes, making it look like I'm not wearing lashes and I just have really bomb lashes myself. The Play Beauty Blender was so fun, but it never stays warm enough to see the blue for very long. I wish it was a little more sensitive to the color change, because how often are you gonna have your beauty blender be warm? To me, it seems like it's only gonna happen in the beginning when you wet it. That's okay though, it's not a big deal. I just, you know, I like the color change thing. It's cool. Plus, I like that baby blue color a whole lot more than I like the green color. It's okay though, I'll get over it. The Supergoop Resetting Refreshing Mist. I think I like this. I mean, I know I like it because it has SPF 40 in it, but I don't know if I like it as a setting spray. Actually, it does say refreshing mist, not setting mist or setting spray. So maybe I didn't use it correctly. If I could feel it going on better, then I'd probably like it more. It's just, I don't know if it's actually setting my makeup. I don't know if there's enough liquid coming out to hit everywhere on my face because I could really only feel it on the outer sections of the spray circle, if that's what you want to call it. And finally, the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. This, unfortunately, was just not a win for me. Maybe if you have more oily skin rather than dry skin, you might love this. I will say where I used it as a primer in this area, it has stopped the excess shine that comes to that area, and that part of my face does look super smooth. So as a primer, sparingly, I enjoy it, but as a setting powder, absolutely not. It broke up more of my makeup than it did set my makeup. Luckily, I was still able to go in with a powder after that once I blended the balm into my foundation and destroyed my makeup a little bit more, but I was still able to fix it. So it's not like I couldn't come back from it. I just don't think I'll be using this in the future very much. In fact, I have it back in the package so I can return it, but I think I'm gonna give it a couple more shots with my normal makeup routine and see how it works with that, just in case something else didn't work well with it and it just, you know, didn't work well together. Because everything I've tried from Danessa Myricks so far, I've fallen in love with, and I was so sad that I didn't fall in love with this too. So I'm gonna give it another chance, but I'll probably end up returning it. Oh, I almost forgot the lip stain. I love the lip stain. The color is perfection. It's gorgeous. I love it so much, and I can't wait to use it just by itself without any other products on my face. Oh, the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Brush Tip Liquid Eyeliner. This is bomb. This is a plus. I will rebuy this one over and over and over again. It's super sharp. It's super black. If I didn't have hooded lids, it wouldn't be shiny right here because it is so matte, as you can tell from the outsides of the wing. I just need an eyeliner that like blocks eyeshadow off of it, so even with my hoods, when my eyeshadow transfers down, I need it to block it off, because right now it doesn't. But that's okay, the eyeliner is still beautiful. Now that we've used everything, now that we've seen everything, now that we've talked about everything, let me know your opinions down in the comments. Did you guys have a favorite product? Did you have a least favorite product? Let me know, let's talk about it. You know that I'm already hanging out down there with you. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to give me a thumbs up, just to let me know that you did. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!